Hello, welcome to class today, Padawans. My name is Jedi Master Clare, and today I will be your teacher. We're going to be going through some basic stretches today to get your body nice and warm and limber before any kind of practice you may be going to next, whether you're going to flying practice or lightsaber practice or hand-on-hand combat or philosophy or other kinds of classes. Wherever you're headed next, you'll be prepared. In this class, we're going to be focusing on cool poses because as a Jedi, you are expected and required to hit cool poses while you're fighting, kind of no matter what you're doing. Even the way you stand is important. So, we're going to be learning some basics in this class. Don't worry if you've never done any of this before, I'm here for you. For this class, you won't need any props, just be in something nice and comfortable that you can move in, have a yoga mat, and we'll begin. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position. Please find yourself in a comfortable seat, whether you're cross-legged or sitting on your shins, Qui-Gon Jinn style. Anything that's comfortable for you. And I encourage you to just close your eyes or soften your gaze to the floor in front of you and start to become aware of your breath. As you know, as Jedis, we are deeply connected to the Force. So before we begin, let's just practice feeling the Force, even though we won't be using it in this class today, but it's always good to be connected to our source of power. So start to feel the energy in your body and notice how your breath moves the energy in your body. Let's take a deep breath together to start class. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Good. All right, come onto hands and knees. Have your shoulders over your wrists and your knees under your hips. You can have your wrists slightly in front of your shoulders if directly over is too intense for your wrists, totally fine. And drop your belly, look up for cow pose. Think of being a bantha, large, heavy, and exhale, round your back. Coming into cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, round your back. Inhale, cow. Then exhale, cat pose. Good. Come back to center. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands a little bit further in front of your shoulders. And press back into downward facing dog. Just press into your heels here. You could bend one knee and then the other. This is a great pose to do after you've been flying for a long time and you need to get used to gravity again. Just let your head hang heavy here and pull gently down, elongating your spine. And press into your fingertips and into your knuckles. Good. Find stillness here. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Good. Bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop to the top of your mat. Keep your knees generously bent and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten back. And exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Look up. And hands to your heart. Hands to your side. We're going to take 2 sun salutations today for the binary sun. Obviously, that is on most planets, 2 suns or more, but there's 2 on this planet. So we're going to do 2 sun salutations to honor the suns. So find yourself here in mountain pose, feet underneath you, belly lightly engaged, chest relaxed and open, palms shining forward like the 2 suns that we see in the sky. Good. Inhale your arms up towards the heavens. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. cascading over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands in front of you and step one foot back and then the other into high plank pose. Hold here for one breath, inhale. And on the exhale, lower your knees and lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Press into your palms, arch your back, look up. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. And sigh it out. Bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop to the top of your mat. And fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up. Palms to your heart and palms to your side. You guys are doing awesome. Good job. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward again, planting your hands on the floor. You can step or hop back into high plank, or if you hop, go into chaturanga. Hold here for one breath. And then lower down onto your belly. Inhale, halfway, or inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Take a couple breaths here, feeling the energy of the two suns warming you from the inside. Looks like we're being visited by Master Ruby today. It's always a blessing. Thanks for coming to class today. Good. Lift your left leg up high, keep it straight and square, and step it forward in between your hands next to your left thumb. Bend your back knee and come up into high lunge. You can have your back knee straight or bent here. Either way is totally fine. And look up. Stretch your arms up. Breathe here. Inhale, straighten your front leg and reach up. And exhale, bring two fists down to your waist here. Good. Bend both knees. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, hands to your sides, bend both knees. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bend both knees, hips, hands to your hips. Good. Lift your arms up one more time. And now bring your hands to your heart and bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee for a twist. Twists are great for detoxing. This pose is great for stability. And I think you'll find it come in handy in multiple situations that you find yourself in. Good. One more inhale here. And exhale. Unfurl yourself. Plant your hands on the ground in front of you and step back to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out and relax here for a moment. Inhale your right leg up, keep it straight and square. And exhale, bring your knee in and plant your foot in front of you next to your right thumb. Bend your back knee and come on up in the high lunge. Again, you can have your back knee straight or bent here, whatever feels good for your hips today. Inhale, reach up, straighten both legs. And exhale, fists to your hips, bend both knees, lunging down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, rise. And exhale, bend both knees. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your arms one more time, keeping your front knee bent. And exhale, bring your palms to your heart and take your left knee to the outside of your Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and come into a twist. Breathe here. Engage your inner thighs. Feel your legs getting strong here. Good. One more breath. And exhale, unfurl, plant your hands on the ground in front of you, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, and side out. Inhale your left leg up, and step it forward in between your hands, coming into warrior, or Jedi in this case, pose 2. So come into warrior 2, both back leg parallel to the back edge of your mat, front foot pointing forward with the heel in line with your back arch, and bend deeply into your front knee. This is a very cool pose, so keep this one in your back pocket for if you ever need something like a lunge or something that makes you look stable and strong and pretty badass. Good, breathe here. Feel the force flowing through you. You're probably feeling that energy pretty strongly in your body now. Inhale. And take your left elbow to your left knee. Lift your right arm up and overhead for extended side angle. Breathe into your right side body, getting long from the tips of your fingers all the way down to your foot. Breathe here. Inhale back up to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. You might walk your back leg in a little bit. Reach forward and come into triangle pose. Good. Again, feel long through your right side body. Make sure you're also stretching through your left side body. You can look up to your right hand here or keep your gaze forward. Looking really good, class. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your top hand down to your hip. And we're coming into half moon pose, of course. So you can walk your front foot back a little bit so you're not flying into the wall or whatever's in front of you. And start to walk your left hand out in front of you, about 18 inches, a little more than a foot. Straighten your front leg and do your best to lift your back leg. If this is as far as you get today, you're doing just fine. But if you're feeling like floating, using the force to keep your limbs light, take your right arm up, reach it open, press into your right heel, press into your left heel on the floor. And you might hear some people say, "That's no moon." Well, this is moon. Embrace it. One more inhale here, get long. And exhale, step your right foot back. Bring your right hand down and step back into downward facing dog. Great job. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale your right leg up. And exhale, step it forward, coming into Jedi Master or Warrior 2. Spin your back foot down so it's parallel with the back edge of the mat. And come on up. Deep bend in your front leg. Strengthen your back leg as well. Good. Feel strong here. Let your breath inform your movements. Take your right elbow to your right knee and circle your left arm up and over your shoulder. It's almost like a runway here for a ship to take off. Create that long straight line for yourself. All the way from your left foot, all the way up to your left fingertips. Let the energy extend beyond your fingertips even. That's where your true power lies, is taking the energy from your center and moving it out with control. Inhale, lift back up to warrior two. You might walk your back leg in a little bit for triangle. Reach forward and come into triangle pose. Lift your left arm up, let it float. Fill your body with air. Breathe here. As a Jedi, you might find yourself flying a lot, flying around the galaxy. Very normal, especially for newbies. And it's important to take care of your body because you spend so much time sitting. And poses like these are so healthy for you to keep you limber and prepared for anything. One more breath in this pose. And exhale, take your left hand to your left hip, and then walk your front foot in a little bit to give yourself a little bit of room to come into half moon pose. So take your right hand out in front of your right foot, just a little bit out to the side a little, about 18 inches. And again, if you're just staying here today with your left foot on the floor, totally fine, still half moon pose. Or you're welcome to lift your left leg up, parallel to the mat, and lift your left arm up. Your hips are open to the left side of the room. And just hang out here. Beautiful moon in the sky. Soon you might even go visit the moon. I'm not sure when that field trip is happening for you guys, but that's a really fun one. I wish I could come up with you for that trip. One more inhale in this half moon. And then exhale, let your left foot come down, left hand come down to the mat in front of you, and step back into downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale deep and side out. Look forward towards the top of your mat, bend your knees, and step or float to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Lift your arms to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart and hands to your side. Let your hands rest by your side while still keeping engagement. Feel the warmth radiating from your palms here. This is the force. We've been cultivating that energy flow in your body this whole class, so you might start to feel it very strongly in your palms or in other parts of your body. Just feel it. Soon you'll learn how to control it, and you'll be able to do really good things in this galaxy. Make positive changes. Good. Step your feet wide. We'll be facing the side of our mat, so turn to face the long edge of your mat. Toes out, heels in, and sink down, coming into this low goddess squat. Your palms can be resting on your hands, or your palms can be resting on your knees, or you can lift your arms up. Good. Straighten your legs and reach up for star pose. And exhale, come down, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Inhale up for star pose. Feel like a star in the sky. And exhale, bend down, powerful in your legs, open in your heart. Inhale up for star. Then exhale, come down, bring your palms together at your heart. Good. This is another very important pose, this wide-legged goddess pose, very cool pose. It symbolizes like strength and force and movability, and you can do a lot of great hand-to-hand combat from this pose while staying very nimble and easy to move. So this is a good one also to keep in your back pocket. Another highly important, very cool looking pose is Skandasana. So bend into your right knee, come down and stretch your left leg out. This might look different for various different students, so you might be way up here. That's totally fine. You might be able to sink down, get your heel on the ground, and bring your hands to your heart. But I mean, look at this, like, whew, doesn't that look cool? You've probably seen other masters doing this many times, and they all started just where you are. Take one more inhale here, and release. Take your hands to the floor, lift your hips up, and come over onto the other side. Bend into your left knee in however deep feels good for you. Let your right leg reach out long. You'll probably feel the stretch in your inner thigh here, maybe on both sides. Hands to your heart if possible. Breathe here. Jedis must be flexible in both body and mind, so it's important to know that even if you can't do a pose right now, given time, your body may relax into it, but the thing that is most important is your mind in that instance, and what your mind tells you you can and cannot do. All right, I think there's enough of that pose. Come back up to center. Have both your toes pointing forward in a wide-legged stance, and fold forward. Relax. You can walk your legs in or further apart depending on what your needs are today. Inhale and exhale, release. Grab hold of either elbow with opposite hands. You're kind of crossing your arms in front of you and just dangle. Sway side to side. Let your neck relax completely. Just let gravity pull you down. Good. Plant your hands in front of you again. Bend your knees slightly. And now come all the way up to stand. Hands at your hips and walk yourself back up. Mountain pose. Well done. This next pose is great for practice flying. Have your big toes touching heels apart, or you can have your your feet hips width distance apart. Either way, totally fine. But come into like this tall mountain pose. Hands at your heart, and bend your knees, coming into chair pose. Have your arms out in front of you. Pretend like you're holding on to the steering wheel of a spaceship. And you can practice flying here. Imagine you're just flying through the stars. Strong in your legs, you're doing really good. One more inhale here. And exhale, really stand up. Good job. Bring your hands to your hips one more time. And lift your right knee up so it's at hip height. Flex your right foot and cross your right ankle over your left knee, coming into standing pigeon pose. Bend your left knee, send your hips back. You might notice on the Jedi Master Council, masters sitting like this a lot. This is great practice for when you eventually get there, if you ever decide to join the council. It's good practice to get your hips nice and open, while also remaining balanced in body and mind. One more inhale here. And exhale, stand up, release. Shake both legs out, shake it out. Nice. We'll do the other side. Get heavy in your right foot, light in your left foot, and lift your left knee up to hip height. Take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee, and send your hips back, bend your right knee, coming into standing pigeon. Hands can be at your heart. Imagine you're sitting in your seat, wise, strong, powerful. Inhale. And exhale, stand up. Good. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, toes out, heels in, hands at your heart, and sink down into Malasana. Coming into this squat here. You may be way up here, totally fine. If you have a block or anything to support your hips, you're welcome to use that. Otherwise, just let your hips melt down. You may think of Master Yoda when you're in this pose. Always very low to the ground, but very powerful. And this is just a generally cool looking pose, great for eating soup around a fire. One more breath here, inhale. And relax, sigh it out. Take your hands behind you and lower yourself down onto your bottom. Good job. Come into a comfortable seated position here. And keep your left leg in and send your right leg out. Coming into Janushirshasana, which is a half wide-legged forward fold. So turn your belly over towards your right leg. Inhale long, get long and straight through your spine. And exhale, fold forward any amount that feels good to you. This pose is also called head to knee pose, and you may be able to get your head to your knee. Maybe you can do that today, maybe you'll be able to do it in a year, and maybe you'll never quite get there, and that's totally okay. Just feel the stretch in the back of your leg and your back. Relax your jaw. And let the force move through you. Inhale, walk yourself back up to seated. Before we go to the other side, take your left hand and plant it behind your left hip. Take your right hand and sweep it up as you press into your right heel and your left knee, coming into baby wild thing. Getting long. This is a super cool looking pose. Excellent for battle, dodging other lightsabers or any kind of fire you may find yourself under. Totally awesome when you're wearing robes. One more long, deep inhale. Then exhale. Set your hips back down and come back to center. Switch sides. Extend your left leg out long and bring your right foot into the inside of your left thigh. Twist to turn over your left leg. Inhale, get long. And exhale, walk yourself forward any amount, getting a nice stretch in your lower back and in the back of your left leg. Let your head be heavy. Relax. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Walk yourself back up to seated. Take your right hand behind your right hip. Left arm reaches up and over, coming into baby wild thing. Make sure that you're not dumping into your lower back. There should be no pain in your lower back. Stretch it long. Feel super cool in this pose. Inhale and exhale, release, plant your hips back down and come back into seated. Bring your feet together, heels together, knees wide, butterfly pose. Another really good pose to do after you've been flying or doing any standing or sitting for a long amount of time. Just really good to open up the lower back, the hips, the legs. You're welcome to stay up long or start to walk yourself forward for a slightly different stretch. Breathe and relax in this pose. One more inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. Press into your palms to gently and slowly walk yourself up to seated, and then come down onto your back. Keep your knees bent, point it up towards the sky. Relax here for a moment, feeling gravity gently pulling you towards the earth. Bring your heels in close to your glutes and have your hands next to your hips. Press into your heels and lift your hips up, letting them float towards the sky. Inhale, and you can take your hands behind you, underneath you, and clasp them. Roll onto your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Enjoy this bridge pose as best you can. One more inhale here. And lower. Unclasp your hands and let your hips come all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little rock side to side. And then let your knees fall over to the right. Keep your left shoulder on the floor for a twist. You can have your right hand on your knee or stretched out to the side. And for more twist, you can turn your head over to the left. Turn your head to face forward once again if it was turned to the left, and bring your knees back up to center. You might need to scoot your hips over back into the center if they've shifted, and then drop your knees over to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the ground, and you can hook your left hand on top of your right knee if you'd like. Option to turn the head to look over your right shoulder. Take one more inhale in this twist. And sigh it out. Turn your face to look up and bring your knees back up to center. Grab hold of your knees with either hand and gently bring your knees towards your armpits. You could stay here or point your feet up towards the sky for happy baby pose, grabbing onto your ankles or your shins or the outsides of your heels. And you're welcome to rock side to side or stay still. Let your legs melt. One more breath here. And let your legs come out as laying out in front of you for corpse pose. Arms resting out by your sides. And relax here, Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Feeling the force moving through your body as you lay here relaxed. Start to bring movement back, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Kind of shake your legs side to side, feeling the movement in your hips. Drop your head one side and then to the other. Bend your knees and roll over onto your side. Find yourself in this little fetal position. An excellent pose for playing dead if you ever need that. Hopefully you won't. Thank yourself for showing up to practice today. You did excellent work. Press yourself up to seated. Taking any seat that's comfortable for you. Let your hands come to your sides, resting on your legs. Feel the energy in your body moving. Maybe you can feel the force crackling around outside your body. That's powerful, it's beautiful. Hands to your heart. Let's seal this practice with an inhale together. And sigh it out. Thank you for coming to practice today. May the force be with you. Thanks again for coming to class today. It was a pleasure teaching you. I hope you had a great time and you feel ready for whatever you have coming up next. If you liked this class, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below what you liked or if you have any ideas for future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome classes. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween or a wonderful rest of your day, whatever it is that you're doing today, and may the force be with you. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Thank you.